David Mann Gospel's favorite husband, Mr. I Love My Wife in every Tyler Perry movie, just got exposed for allegedly tying the knot, not with Tamela, but with Dr. Jackie, the stethoscope queen from Married to Medicine. And guess who's spilling the tea? Tamela's own son. Yeah, the choir ain't singing today, they're gasping. Are we really saying the same man who prays before every meal was allegedly double-dipping in matrimony? Is Dr. Jackie treating more than just patients behind closed doors? And where was Tamela during this entire wedding ceremony? Spoiler alert, apparently hooked up to and for while these two were allegedly exchanging vows on hospital property. You heard that right. This ain't just scandalous, this is gospel genocide. We're talking burner phones, ICU signatures, and a secret wedding license that never made it to TMZ. If you thought gospel drama ended with a bad choir solo, think again. Buckle up, saints and sinners, because Tamela's son just cracked open a vault of lies that's about to shake the kingdom. Oh, it's messy, it's medical, it's marital, and baby, it's only getting started. So let's rewind, because this ain't no ordinary family feud, this is a red carpet soap opera disguised as a gospel dynasty. The center of the storm, David Mann, Mr. Stand By Your Wife, the Mann Gospel. Churches framed on their kitchen walls next to Kirk Franklin and a prayer calendar. For years, he paraded himself as the perfect Christian husband, praising Tamela in public, holding her hand at awards shows, crying during sermons about fidelity. You know, the whole godly marriage package. But behind closed doors, allegedly, this man was rehearsing vows with another woman. And not just any woman. We're talking about Dr. Jackie Walters, the polished, surgical queen from Married to Medicine, the woman who built her entire brand on healing hearts while allegedly breaking up homes behind the scenes. And no, we're not pulling this out of thin air. According to Tamela's son, whose identity we'll respectfully have concealed for now, but let's just say he ain't new to the Mick or the Mann mansion, the affair wasn't just emotional, it was contractual, legal, celebrated. He claims he found wedding documentation hidden in a safety deposit box. That's right, a marriage license with David's signature, next to Dr. Jackie's, issued months ago, stamped, sealed, but never revealed until now. And here's the kicker, the date on the certificate? Tamela was in the hospital that exact week, post-surgery, bedridden, vulnerable, and allegedly being cared for by none other than Dr. Jackie herself. Let that marinate. While Tamela was lying there weak, thinking she was in safe hands, David and Jackie were allegedly walking down a metaphorical aisle of betrayal. What kind of soap opera is this? Tyler Perry couldn't write it better if he tried. And now, the son, clearly fed up, has gone rogue. He posted a now-deleted audio clip to his close friend's story. In it, a woman's voice can be heard laughing and saying, "You better not call her your wife, not when Jackie's got the ring now." Ring? Ring? Oh baby, this ain't a test. This is a 911 situation. Let's not forget, this isn't Dr. Jackie's first time being in the midst of mess. She's been known to wear the halo in public while allegedly being the puppet master behind the white coat. Sources say she got close to Tamela under the guise of personal care. She became the family doctor, then the friend, then allegedly the bride. The timeline? Summer 2024, Tamela goes into the hospital for routine complications. Fall 2024, Dr. Jackie starts making weekly home visits. Winter 2025, David is spotted at multiple out-of-state conferences. Without Tamela, but with Jackie. Spring 2025, wedding license mysteriously surfaces with David and Jackie's names. Summer 2025, boom. Tamela's son drops the bombshell. It's almost cinematic. But here's where things get even dirtier, because David allegedly used Tamela's own money to fund this secret affair. That's right. Tamela's royalty checks from her gospel albums, from her movie appearances, from her cooking line, all allegedly redirected to private accounts David had been funneling for months. One source claims the new wedding ring Dr. Jackie's been quietly flashing at events, paid for by Tamela's praise and worship coin, and while all this was going on, Tamela was tucked away in silence. Fans started noticing her Instagram got quiet. No gospel performances, no cooking videos, just old throwbacks and filtered posts, clearly scheduled by someone else. Why? Because Tamela allegedly didn't even know what was going on. She trusted David, trusted Jackie, trusted her team, but behind the scenes, she was being medicated, manipulated, and allegedly signed off on power of attorney paperwork she had no memory of authorizing. Who was in the room when she signed it? You guessed it, Dr. Jackie. And who witnessed it? David Mann himself. This ain't marriage. This is a hostile takeover in a choir robe, and the moment Tamela's son realized the extent of the betrayal, that's when the gloves came off. He said, and I quote from a close friend's leaked screenshot, "They think because she's quiet, she's weak, but mama's about to rise, and when she does, the whole church gone shake." Phew. So let's pause and breathe because we're only getting started. If you thought secret weddings and stolen royalties were the peak, just wait until you hear about the leaked voicemails, the anonymous nurse, and what allegedly happened at Dr. Jackie's Atlanta condo just days after the ceremony. Yup, it gets worse. Because in part 2, we're diving deep into the scandal breakdown, the shocking receipts, and what the public had to say when they caught wind of gospel's biggest betrayal. And just when you thought the gospel game couldn't get messier than a church had fight at a funeral, here comes the real communion. Nobody was ready for David Mann and Dr. Jackie allegedly tied the knot in what sources are calling a spiritual betrayal wedding ceremony, held somewhere so secret, even Google Maps got nervous. And guess who walked in uninvited? Tamela Mann's son, the unfiltered truth teller we didn't know we needed. According to one anonymous source who claims to have catered the event, there were no Bibles, no hymns, just NDA forms and champagne. They said grace over shrimp, cocktail, and then exchanged vows written by a PR firm. Yeah, that's how deep this web of holy deception runs. So let's rewind this gospel soap opera just a bit. Remember when Dr. Jackie was just Tamela's trusted doctor? The woman who was allegedly monitoring her coma and prescribing enough sedation to knock out an NFL team. Well, turns out Jackie wasn't just checking Tamela's pulse, she was checking David's credit score and reportedly signing prenups in between hospice visits. One insider whispered they used Tamela's own living room for the rehearsal dinner. She was in the next room unconscious. Ain't that a sin? But let's talk motive. David Mann, once America's favorite church dad, apparently had more than gospel on his mind. Since Tamela's hospitalization, he'd gained full control over her finances, touring contracts, real estate holdings, even the rights to her unreleased music. But that wasn't enough. According to financial leaks, Dr. Jackie was appointed co-executor of Tamela's estate while she was still alive. Make it make sense. And then comes the real kicker. Tamela's son didn't just expose the marriage, he showed screenshots, allegedly hacked from David's iCloud. These screenshots included a blurry selfie of Jackie wearing a veil next to David holding a wine glass with the caption, "New chapter." God did, excuse me. The internet exploded like the final episode of a reality show. One TikTok user said, "I thought I was watching Greenleaf, but this real-life stuff makes that look like VeggieTales." Twitter theologians called it spiritual manipulation and Gucci loafers, and even Kirk Franklin's cousin's barber chimed in. This ain't gospel, this is gossip with offering plates. And still, it got worse, because this wedding wasn't just symbolic, it was strategic. Dr. Jackie allegedly filed paperwork in Nevada, attempting to change her last name to Mann just days after Tamela's feeding tube was reinserted. Rumor has it, Jackie's been introducing herself as First Lady Mann in quiet gospel circles, claiming she's the real spiritual partner now. Meanwhile, Tamela's son dropped even more bombs. A video of David and Jackie walking into a luxury resort labeled Marriage Retreat. Hotel invoices showing a Mr. and Mrs. Mann booked in a honeymoon suite. A deleted voicemail from Jackie to someone labeled Pastor PR saying, "Let's keep it quiet until Tamela's estate clears." But the most disturbing leak, a fake wedding program with the title, "A Union of Healing and Legacy, David and Jackie Forever under Musical Selections. Take Me to the King instrumental only." The audacity. Now, back to Tamela's son, let's just call him Gospel JRB for now. He went live with tears in his eyes, saying, "My mama laid there half dead, and they planned a wedding 2 rooms away. I saw the flowers myself, I smelled the cologne, and I heard Jackie say, 'Finally.'" The live went viral. Church groups began holding prayer vigils. Fans were divided. Some claimed the son was being manipulated by grief, while others demanded a federal investigation into medical abuse and estate fraud. And here's where things turn legal. A retired gospel attorney allegedly reviewed the leaked marriage certificate and found discrepancies, like Jackie listing her occupation as spiritual guardian and David listing his residence as "wherever the Lord sends me," and we fies. Good. One source even claimed David and Jackie rehearsed their wedding vows over Tamela's hospital monitor. The gall. And just when you thought this reality show from hell couldn't get any messier, boom, Portia Mann brings out the receipts. Not just blurry screenshots or cryptic voice notes, we're talking notarized affidavits, financial ledgers, and 2 separate NDAs with Jackie's signature on one and David's real name on the other. Yep, not David Mann, his legal name. David Anthony Wright, the name he allegedly used to sign the fake marriage documents with Dr. Jackie Walters in Turks and Caicos back in 2001. And guess who notarized those documents? An Atlanta-based fertility nurse who worked under Dr. Jackie's private clinic, who mysteriously vanished from social media the same week Portia posted her video. Coincidence? Girl, this ain't Netflix. This is real fake gospel drama. Let's rewind. Portia claims her mom, Tamela Mann, had no idea about this secret wedding because she was in a medically induced coma. Yup, you heard that right. While the world prayed for Tamela's recovery and lit virtual candles, David and Dr. Jackie allegedly flew to a beachfront chapel, surrounded by a few industry friends and 2 bodyguards from Bishop T.D. Jake's private security detail. Why would T.D. Jake's name even be mentioned? That's the part that really shook the congregation. But wait, Portia didn't stop there. In part 2 of her expose, she drops a bombshell. David's been funneling money from Tamela's gospel label into a dummy wellness company co-owned by Jackie. According to anonymous bank transfers, the company Glow Temple Inc. has no physical address, no staff, but has processed over $1.2 million in consulting services since 2002. Consulting or cover up? And here's where things get surgical. Portia plays a recorded phone call from a Dr. Marvin who allegedly worked with Jackie in Beverly Hills during one of her wellness retreats. In the call, he says, and I quote, "I didn't know David was married to someone else." Jackie introduced him as her husband during the luncheon. They were holding hands the whole time. Boom. Receipts plus vibes equals scandal confirmed. But who's left to clean up this choir-robbing mess? Not Tamela. She's still recovering. Not her team, they've gone radio silent. Not even Bishop Jakes, who released a 1-line statement. "May truth prevail and healing begin." Translation? I ain't touching this with a 10-foot cross. Now, public reaction has been absolutely nuclear. Gospel Twitter is on fire. Church talk is in mourning. Facebook antis are rebuking David in full caps. And on Reddit, one thread titled "Jackie and David's Gospel Gag Wedding" got over 40,000 upvotes into hours. Even Kirk Franklin, yes, Mr. Revolution himself, had to chime in with a cryptic IG story. He didn't say names, but he posted a picture of a man standing over a woman's hospital bed with the caption, "You'll be judged by how you treated her when she couldn't fight back." Oof. And the choir says, Amen. Meanwhile, legal experts are starting to weigh in if Portia's evidence checks out, and that's a big if. David could be facing marital fraud, embezzlement, and possibly elder abuse charges, depending on Tamela's mental state during the time of those transfers. And Dr. Jackie, she could be stripped of her medical license for breach of ethics, patient manipulation, and forging documentation under fraudulent intent. But it doesn't stop there. Multiple gospel artists are now distancing themselves from the Mann brand. A source close to Yolanda Adams allegedly told Faith and Fire magazine that she won't share a stage with anyone associated with this deception. Even Tamela's former backup vocalist, Monique Randall, came forward with a cryptic TikTok. It always smelled funny behind those tour buses. Now I know why. As for Glow Temple Inc., the website has been wiped, their Instagram deactivated. Jackie's personal assistant reportedly quit this week, posting a vague caption that said, "When the prayers don't match the practice, it's time to go. This is no longer just a family fallout, this is a full-blown gospel empire implosion." And somehow, Tamela is still silent. Her team has refused all interview requests, but Portia claims her mother is devastated, and that the woman who sang about God's love was betrayed by the man she loved the most, and the doctor she trusted with her body. Phew. Somebody cue the organ, because this ain't over. There's one more twist. Portia hinted at it, teased it, and then dropped it like a holy grenade. She says Tamela and Jackie were in a secret domestic partnership agreement filed back in 2014. Yup, long before this alleged affair with David. The plot twist? It seems Jackie and Tamela may have been romantically involved for years, a relationship Portia claims her father knew about and exploited. In Portia's words, they were best friends, best everything. My mom loved Jackie, and my dad, he used that to manipulate both of them, if that's even half true. This isn't just a scandal. This is a devastating betrayal on all sides. So where does this leave the gospel world, the fans, the faith, and most importantly, Tamela Mann? With trust shattered, reputations imploded, and a family torn apart, the only question left is, who's telling the truth, and who's just preaching? And now, with lawsuits rumored to be flying, potential court orders looming, and journalists scrambling to verify every outrageous detail, we're left staring at an exposed altar that never should have been built. And there you have it, the wedding scandal that nobody saw coming, but everybody should have. But what do you think? Was this all a twisted scheme of control, fame, and betrayal? Or just a tragic gospel soap opera gone viral? Drop your wildest theories in the comments. We're watching everything. If this expose left your jaw on the floor, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more truth bombs, and turn on those notifications. Because if Tamela's son has this much tea, imagine what's coming next. Stay tuned, stay woke, and remember, every gospel ain't holy.